So for today, it's not important immediately where your strap is. It can be closer to the foot, closer to the head, doesn't matter too much. Just have that somewhere and then go ahead and lay it all the way back to get started. So as we're settling down, breath is starting to flow. Feel how it is to have the deepest breath of the day so far. Really expanding out. Yep, that nice relaxation out. Feel the body relaxing with the breath. And imagine by taking deep breaths, we're helping our circulation, our circulatory system. Just allowing it to flow a little bit better. Nice and deep in and out. So what we're envisioning in our class today is allowing our circulation and our stretching to imagine it's taking any little gunks, any kind of trash that's polluting our system right now and allowing that to travel right out. And so this deep breathing, first of all, helps us out. Make sure that heart is pumping strong. It's that muscle is very energized. We'll also be, will just be kind of a fun, playful class. There'll be plenty that we're playing with where we're using the strap to connect dots that wouldn't be available otherwise. But yeah, more than anything else, just imagine on the physical level, on the emotional level, or even deeper levels than that, we're kind of taking out the garbage, starting fresh, helping our body and our mind to stay healthy and strong. So with that image to get us started, let's begin to take the knees into the chest. Easy rocking for a little while. Tune into the low back, into the hips. How are they doing today? And then we're going to settle into a twist. This twist will lead us into a full sequence, a full series of different things. So take your knees and let them fall to the side that points your knees closer to the center of room. That way you can see me the whole time if needed. So that might be left for some of us, that might be right for some of us. Allow arms to spread open. Feel the muscles of the back. Nice stretch. One thing I love about stretching is that I can envision the circulation improving by stretching. It's like we're getting into those little tiny muscle fibers that haven't really had any motion recently. Allowing that to have space. Even imagine as you're breathing into the belly, it's like the very active twisting is like a wash rag. It's kind of wringing out some gunk, some trash from our spine. Helping everything be a little bit more healthy, a little cleaner. So taking deep belly breaths, let's go for 2 more huge cycles. Work. After that second cycle, what we're going to do is continue to roll over to this side. So you should be facing the center of room. The knees can stay bent. The bottom hand, you can either rest the head on that upper arm or take that bottom hand to support the neck, whatever feels more comfortable. You're going to imagine the knees are like a clamshell. The 2 hinge points are hips and toes. So imagine you're moving through thick molasses. We're creating our own resistance, the top knee lifting up. And then squeeze that molasses away, lowering the knee back down. We'll go for 4 more huge inhale as the knee lifts. Exhale, squeezing down, getting some of those muscles we don't always engage. Taking another 3. And squeeze. 2. And 1. Good. Bottom leg stays, top leg straightens out. It's going to a slightly forward angle, but rotate the knee up as much as it can. And then this will be a bicycle type of motion. So we circle the foot to the hip, straighten leg up to sky, keep the leg straight as it lowers back down. We're going to repeat that 9, up to lower down. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lots of muscles engaged for this one. 1. Let it drop back down to that starting spot, resting on floor for a moment. Give those outer thigh muscles just a little tiny break, a breath or 2. And then one last exercise before some stretches on this side. So take the foot back up level with hip. Imagine we're tracing the size of a tennis ball, taking 10 circles, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse circle direction. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. Take it like a half happy baby. Right hand going to top hand going to the top foot. The knee goes wide and you're kind of trying to pull that knee to the shoulder. If at any point for moments it feels good to extend that leg straight, that's also a place where we can play with. So your choice between those two positions, even hugging around the thigh instead would be fine. We're going to take one more inhale. Exhale, and then rebend that top knee. Grab your top hand to that foot behind your back. We're trying to set up a quad stretch. So the knee needs to try to point to base of mat. If you don't feel the quad stretch yet, continue to pull it even further backwards. Getting to that extent that helps the quad open up. And one more huge inhale. Exhale. Returning onto your back, take the knees into the chest. A few more rocking movements, kind of like how we got started. Okay, opening out the arms. Twist the knees to the second side, the side facing away from center of room. Get those muscles in the back, a couple of good breaths. Let them open, let them stretch. Take 2 more cycles. Try to breathe as deep as you can to belly. Imagining that's helping to flush things out. Good. Continue to roll over onto the side body here that faces you away from me. The knees are stacked. This is the clamshell. Make sure head's comfortable whether or not you're propping it up. So clamshell, the top knee. When you're ready, adjust as much as you need to. When you're ready, clamshell, top knee lifts up. You're moving against molasses, so you're creating your own resistance. Squeeze it back down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Straighten to kind of the banana, slightly forward shape. The top leg is straightening. The knee is trying to rotate up. This is the bicycle. So slide the toes close to hip and then straighten leg up to sky. Straight leg lowers back down to start. Good. 9 more. Slide foot in to straighten up. And then straight leg drops down to start. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Let it rest for a breath or two on the floor. Give those muscles of the outer thigh a little break. Okay, last one, tennis ball size circles. Lift up the leg level with hip and tracing 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Top knee to half happy baby. Grab hand to foot or even hand to thigh. At first, maybe take a moment trying to get the knee closer to that top shoulder. Pulling back, opening up that way. And if at any point it feels nice to have some extension up to sky, you can also include that. Just a couple more breaths, playing around with whatever feels useful here. One more inhale. Exhale, rebend the knee. You're grabbing the top hand to that foot behind your back. Quad stretch. So top hand, top foot. So Phyllis, go ahead and switch. There you go. Pull the knee backwards until you feel the quad, that top one stretching for you. Good. One more huge inhale. Nice exhale. Release. Return onto your back. 2 straight legs up to sky. This is kind of like the clamshell, only now the legs are straight. So create your own resistance. Legs separate away from one another. 5. Create your own resistance. Squeeze back together. 4. And squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Happy baby. Both hands, both feet, or ankles, whatever you can reach. And this can be completely freestyle. Maybe you're rocking the whole time. Maybe you're straightening and bending legs. Just helping to rebalance the whole spine after those 2 sides. Another beautiful inhale flows. Exhale releases. Let's rock our way up to a seated place for cobbler. Choose the depth. Maybe feet are really close to us. Maybe feet are a lot further away as we tilt forward. You choose. So here, rising up enough that the right leg can extend outward to an angle. Once we're there, lean back directly forward. So how this gets a little bit more into inner thigh. Then switch it up, walking hands a little bit closer to the right leg so we can lean over right leg. Well, that opens up some of the muscles of the back in a slightly different way. We're going to rise up just enough to help set up the strap. The strap is going to ultimately help build us up to compass pose. So you're going to want the middle of the strap around that ball of right foot. It's the left hand that's focusing on grabbing the strap. I like to start off gripping as close as I can toward the foot. I slide my right hand is kind of toward the floor in front of that right leg. And then as the left shoulder starts to stack above the other one, slip as much of the strap down your hand as you need. If you can easily grab the foot, that's fine, but you're trying to kind of almost measure it up to see how much strap you need. And this will help us out tremendously when we get to compass pose in just a moment. So give it 2 or 3 breaths for the side ribs to just expand. Feel how each breath helps those intercostal muscles get a moment to stretch. One more inhale. And then exhale, keep the left hand where it is on the strap. You kind of measured it to exactly what you'll need here. Unwind, let the torso rise up for a moment. So we're keeping left hand exactly as it is. You're going to use the other hand to help you hike up the right hip and then bring your right hand back to that spot in front of it. From here, bring yourself back up to that open side rib position that we were just in. And this is our compass pose today. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Kind of a fun shape to get started. Good work. As you unwind the strap, slide that right foot in, extend the left leg out. Our first angle is going directly forward. Give that spot a couple of good breaths. Walk yourself a little closer to left leg, opening up some of the back muscles a little bit more. Okay, rising up, set up middle of strap around left foot. This time it's right hand that grabs on. Grab close to foot first. As the left elbow slips in front of the left leg, the right shoulder starts to rise. Slip as much of the strap down as you need. We're measuring up what we need here. So those side ribs expanding with each breath we take. 2 more cycles. Good. Keep the right hand gripping just as it is. Unwind the left hand for a moment. That left hand helps to hike the left hip up. Bring the left hand back in front. And then we're in compass. Good work. 2 more breaths here. Beautiful. Unwind the strap. Have it close by. We're going to need it in just a moment. Let's come to kneeling. We'll do a couple of cat cows. Let the breath help the spine move up and down. Two more full rounds. Sometimes when I get to that spot right where the belly drops down, I'll kind of shake out the hips just a little. It can feel nice. And one more. Good. Okay, so we're gonna start setting up the strap first for this one. Take your strap, wind it under that space where the feet are, and then have both ends flip off to the right side. That'll just help us out so it's less confusing. So it's kind of around the ankle area, flipped off to right, and we're sitting our hips to the left side. Okay. So we're gonna feed both ends of the strap behind our back into the left hand. So this would ultimately be a bind that would be possible if you could reach that hand to that foot behind your back, but the strap is helping us to connect the dots today. So left hand is grabbing the strap, right hand can just go to the outer thigh, lift the spine up, and feel how by having this connection with the strap, you're able to rotate that left shoulder back. It's able to help the spine and that shoulder get a nice twist. Take another 2 breaths, just opening up this space. Clearing some gunk out that wouldn't have been possible without the connection. Beautiful. Unwind the torso back to face forward. Leave the strap just for the second side. We don't really need it for a moment. Take the arms out like penguin shape. We're planting the right hand down. Left hand reaches up. Lean over back to that side rib stretch. Right ear drops to right shoulder. And then as left hand starts to drop back down toward penguin, you get to choose, but you're trying to find your neck in a good stretch. So maybe left hand swivels slightly forward or pulls slightly back. Maybe the neck tilts forward or back. Get to a spot where that neck is opening up in a really good way. Another good inhale. Exhale. The neck doesn't immediately want to lift, so let it take a full half circle, slowly rolling chin over to left shoulder as the spine gets more stacked. Ear back over to right shoulder. Maybe a bonus cycle if this feels really good for the neck right now. Good. And then coming up, let's shift everything over to the second side. We're sitting to the right. It's going to be, we're feeding the straps into our right hand behind our back. Left hand is resting at the thigh. And then we're twisting over our right shoulder. Feel how this strap connection helps to pull that shoulder further back, gives us something to work with. 2 more breaths. As we unwind, torso's back forward, penguin shape for a moment, and then plant left hand to left, right hand reaches up, lean over, side rib opener, drop the left ear to left shoulder. Right fingers drop back down to penguin. Maybe you bring that hand slightly forward or slightly back, anything that helps that right shoulder and neck area to stretch. One more huge inhale. Nice exhale. The spine slowly starts to ease its way back up as we allow the neck to do just 2 rounds of half circles, using any last bits of tension out. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to come up to downward facing dog. You could potentially leave the strap around the right ankle if quad stretch from a kneeling position is usually hard for you. That's where we're going to be heading very shortly. But if you're leaving it around right ankle, start to just head up to downward facing dog for a moment. A couple of wiggles of the knees. Shifting of hips around. Good. Left foot starts to float up to sky. Step left foot in between hands. The back knee can lower down. And this is where, if you're using the straps, grab right hand to that strap and you're pulling into quad stretch. If you can easily just grip it on your own, it's going to be that right hand grabbing that strap, that foot. Good. Just a couple of breaths here. Nothing too intense. It's another chance to get into quads. We'll have just a handful of these quad stretches as we go through class. 2 more cycles. Beautiful. And as we release those toes, we're going to be straightening both legs, pivoting the hands to the long edge of the mat, facing us toward front door. We're allowing spine to have a chance to release. Sometimes there's a bind people play with here that's kind of like a tortoise pose, where you let the knees be a little bit bent, you clasp your hands, trying to get them to bind together behind your knees. This would be a space you could invite that strap in to create the connection. And again, knees don't have to be locked straight. In fact, sometimes it feels even better to have a slight bend. So if you want to play with that, since we've got our strap today, that's fine. You don't have to. Good. Releasing strap if you have it. We'll bend the right knee either a little bit or a lot, dropping hips to heel. We'll switch to second side, either bending left knee a little or a lot. Another huge inhale. Exhale, back up through center, walk hands to top of mat, step the front foot back. You get to choose child pose, down dog, or a flow. We're preparing to step left foot forward, but if you needed the strap around your back foot, that's perfectly fine. Or sorry, this would be right foot forward. So if you're doing the step first, you're lifting right leg up to sky and then stepping it. The back knee lowers. If you're using strap, start to wind it around that back left leg. If you're not using strap, we're just lowering to knee and then trying to allow left hand, left foot to connect behind. That's okay, you don't have to. You can always skip anything that doesn't feel good. And no pressure. Especially when it comes to knee, just listen to your body. Just 2 more breaths. And release, 2 straight legs, pivot to the long edge of the mat. We're facing the back door side of room. Maybe the crown of the head can droop a little lower to ground. Some of us might be grabbing ankles, some of us reaching through the legs, or even trying to play with that tortoise variation again, up to you. Give it 3 more breaths, wherever we are. Releasing strap if we took it. Grab the right hand to the left ankle, left hand to hip or sky. And then switching over, left hand to right ankle, right hand to hip or sky. Bring down, walk the hands up to top of mat, step back, child pose, down dog, or a flow. Another huge inhale. Exhale. Softly lower to knees. Taking a foot stretch for a moment, so all 10 toes try to tuck. We're sending some of our weight of the hips back. If we can handle full weight up over the feet, that's okay. If that's too intense, forward makes it less intense. Taking a couple of good breaths. Another huge inhale. Exhale. Come forward to circle the toes or to pound the feet out. Calf stretch for right foot. Slide the right foot at the back. And then press the heel backwards until you feel the calf opening. Good. Switch to second side. Left foot at the back. Press back until you feel the left calf. Taking it up to equal down dog, maybe rolling around the feet a little more, rolling through knees, rolling through calf stretching. Anything that feels good, 2 or 3 breaths. And when you choose when to come up to top of mat, forward fold, no rush. Just when you know it's time. Nice inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Hands down to heart. Good. Grabbing strap. We're going to take one huge circle through the shoulder socket, helping to open that up. We're going to try to go nice and slow through the tight spots. So grip maybe like 2 or 3 hip distances wide, really wide. Start to circle up. As it gets tight behind you, goes really slow, like snail speed. Maybe even pausing at the tightest spot. Try to feel the shoulders relax. And as you continue to move through that area, if it's really tight, slide the hands a little further apart on the strap. It's nice and easy, working the hands all the way down eventually. Good. Whew, good work. So when you're ready to return, same thing, try to go really slow, especially through the tight spots. If you need to slip hands wider, take it. Good. When we've cleared the head, reset the grip. We're gripping behind our back. It's like a full 1.5 or 2 feet in between our grips. I like to step about as wide as that. And then as I have really soft knees, I'm bowing forward, pulling the arms into the shoulder stretch behind me. And this is like a pendulum. So as I bend my right knee even deeper, I pendulum my arms to sway to the right. And then when I straighten out right side, bend the left knee, pendulum the arms to sway to the left. Just opening up more and more space to the shoulders. Maybe one more time each side. Good. Through the center, just a huge inhale. Exhale. Have one hand take over the strap. Slowly roll the head up. Malasana pose. If you ever need to sit on blocks for Malasana, you can always slide that in. When toes turn out, try to come to that yogic squat. We're going to try to go for the bind here, so the strap can help us with the bind if that's not natural. There's 2 ways to approach getting into the bind. You can either already have hands gripping, and then you try to loop the right elbow around the right knee, or you can kind of set up the thing and then kind of try to strap, like, connect the 2 dots. Good. So when you've got your elbow around the knee, try to pull the back elbow back to open up the shoulder. Like that twist we did before. Good, just one more inhale. Nice exhale. Unwind the elbow from the knee hook. Hook the second side. And then pull the top shoulder back more for the twist. One more inhale. Exhale. You can release strap. Drop the hands down. Straighten the legs, turning the toes forward. If anybody was playing with the tortoise before, you could have really bent knees, trying to see how it feels when the feet are closer together here. Or just enjoy a normal forward fold for a couple of breaths. Good. Starting to release the hands. The next inhale helps us rise. Hands down to heart. Getting feet under the hips. Float the right knee, just easy balance for a moment. Warrior 3, kicking back. Soft landing, warrior 1. Touching hands, palms of hands together, take the thumbs to back of head, and then lean the head backwards, opening up front of chest, the pecs. Nice inhale. Exhale, arms extend up, open warrior two. Clasp hands behind back. Hand shift to right hip, lean the right ear to right shoulder. Head up, hands to left hip, left ear to left shoulder. And head up, open the arms, warrior two. Extended side angle, left elbow to left side. Top arm can stretch forward. This is a place you could play with a bind if you like. That bind would be the right hand has the strap. You wind that around your low back. Your left hand tries to grab the strap from under your thigh. Trying to just allow shoulders to spiral open. So 2 more breaths. Keep the top shoulder rotating open. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Unwind. Warrior two. To warrior one. And as we shift to balance over that front foot, see if you can grab right hand to right foot behind your back. If you need the strap, you can always use strap. The goal here is just another quad stretch. So pull the knees back to the degree that you need to fill quad. Good, 1 more inhale. Exhale, easy release. Floating left knee. Kick back, warrior three. Soft land, warrior one. Palms touch, thumbs to back of head. Lean the head backwards, opening chest, pecs. Hands up to sky. And then open warrior two. Hands clasped behind the back. Hands to left hip, left ear to left shoulder. Hands to right hip, right ear to right shoulder. And back up warrior two. Extended side angle, right elbow to thigh. Left arm up to stretch forward or strap in left hand. Bending the elbow, the strap gets set behind our back. And then right hand grabs from under the thigh. Top shoulder tries to rotate back open. More breaths. Unwind. Warrior two. To warrior one. Balancing on the front foot, try to grab left hand to left foot behind your back. If you ever need a strap, that's great. Quad stretch is what we're going for, so the knee pulls backwards. It's all good. 1 more inhale. And exhale, soft release. Last flow to send our way back. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fingers down. Step walker, jump back. Your choice, trap pose, down dog, or the flow. Good. Right leg up to sky. And then that bent right knee is going to take pigeon pose underneath us. Send it under and through. You can choose, if you want to add 1 more quad stretch by grabbing left hands to that left foot for all or part of the time. Those that want to just do sleeping pigeon, nothing wrong with that. You can always use the strap if needed. Yeah, left hand to left. It's all good. I'll give you a moment. Oh, yay! Good work. Give it one more breath in, out. So from here, we're purposely rocking our weight onto right hip. Left leg swings forward in front of us. It's coming into kind of like a half lotus pose. So left foot trying to get close to the right hip. If it's intense on the knees, just get it to a comfortable spot. This is going to be our last bind. I guess second to last bind. This would be the strap around that left foot. I like to kind of flex the toes so that way it won't slip off of the foot. You're taking the straps behind your back into left hand. So ultimately, people that could reach hand to foot, that would be a bind that you could set up. But it's behind back in left hand, right hand at that left knee, spiraling into a twist over left shoulder. So how this is another spot, by pulling into the strap with that left hand, you're able to increase the twist and feel it just a little bit more in the shoulder. Spiral around, 2 more breaths. Good. As we return forward, if this is comfortable for the knees, you can stay or you can slip it down to cross leg. We're taking strap into right hand at the base of neck. Left hand grabs from underneath to create, this will be our last true bind, minus the second side. We're sitting up tall, top elbow pointing up, bottom elbow pointing down. That helps us feel the tricep and the deltoid. You can either stay here, you could start to tilt forward, that will increase the arm stretches. Or anybody at any point that wants to release from the arm stretches and just plant hands down, lean forward, that's fine. We'll give it about 3 more breaths, whatever we're choosing. Work. So one more half. Let's take it to our last down dog, if that's how we like to get to pigeon. Let the legs extend up, hips up. There'll be left leg ultimately sending its way through. You can go straight to sleeping if you want. You could have the right hand grab that right foot. Maybe using strap if ever needed. Two more breaths. Nicely dropping left hip down, right leg swings around. It comes with the right toes to the left hip crease. Strap around right foot. It's behind your back, right hand grabbing on. Left hand at the knee, spiraling over right shoulder. More inhale and exhale. We're forward. If you need to drop down to cross leg, that's fine. Left hand has strap at base of neck. Right hand grabs from underneath. Make sure you're set up where you do feel right deltoid and left tricep. Let a few breaths flow. And stay. You could tilt forward, or you could release the hands at any point. It's all personal preference. Wherever we're at, 2 more breaths. Work. Final release. Listen to your body for any last things we might need. Some of us might do windshield wipers. Some of us might do a wide angle forward fold, plow pose, happy baby pose. We're doing any last things we need until it feels like we're ready for Shavasana sooner or later. Not a rush to get there. It's just when our body naturally feels ready. Still no rush for those that are moving, just listen. As we're heading toward our Shavasana, stretch quite a bit. We feel a definite increase in circulation. So just imagine as we're breathing for these last couple of minutes here, the simple act of breathing is like taking out the garbage. Any gunk that's not needed, it's able to be just circulated right out of our system. Mental, physical, emotional, intellectual, social, any of that stuff, just flushing right out. And all it takes is just breathing here for the next few minutes. We begin to deepen our inhales. Deepen the exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes. Ankles and wrists. Stretching out in ways that feel really good. Perhaps taking a fetal position to one side if that feels like the body wants it. Rising up when you feel ready. No rush. Bring hands to heart. With this extra circulation, with this tremendous flow of breath, with the whole body feeling a bit more limber, like we've gotten into some of those crevices that haven't been touched on in a while. We can feel some of that old stuff, maybe some trash on the physical level, some gunk on the emotional or even deeper levels. We can feel that preparing itself to just flush right out as we continue to drink lots of water and take care of ourselves today. So in this way, we're able to remain healthy, remain happy, head forward to our goals in a powerful way. So with all this to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light and happiness and peace. Namaste.